Mr. Chairman. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to support the joint resolution that would help protect the citizens of Washington, D.C., and prevent violent criminals from being let free to terrorize folks and reoffend. Even Mayor Bowser, by no means a conservative or moderate, was adamantly opposed to the revised Criminal Code Act. She vetoed it. And it's no wonder why she vetoed this measure. So far, year to date, according to the DCPD, Washington, D.C. has seen a 90% increase in auto theft, a 143% increase in sex abuse, and a 29% increase in homicide. On the whole, year to date, property crime is up 31% and overall crime is up 23%. Year to date. Now, that doesn't sound like a recipe for doing away with mandatory minimums, lowering maximum sentences, and increasing rehearings for violent criminals. In New York State, we've seen the impacts of these soft-on-crime policies. In New York City, total crimes were up 22% in 2022 from 2021, and over 47% from 2020, the year that cashless bail took effect. It's alarming, it's startling, and a preview of what's to come in Washington, D.C. if we do not stop this radical measure that was passed from going into effect. Cashless bail in New York was the single stupidest policy that has ever been enacted anywhere. 40% of those who have been released on non-monetary bail for felony offenses have been rearrested. Judges do not have judicial discretion. New York State is the only state in the country that does not have a dangerousness standard. Non-enforcement of petty crimes in New York City, the elimination of the anti-crime unit, which is primarily responsible for getting illegal guns off the streets. Raise the age, where 16 and 17-year-olds are treated in family court rather than criminal court, and yet using guns in the commission of a crime, they're being released. Is it any wonder why gangs would use them? Unrepentant cop killers, child rapists, murderers being released by an out-of-control parole board. And the radical defund the police movement. This has happened in New York City, and it will happen in Washington, D.C. if this law is allowed to go into effect. The greatest responsibility of any government is to ensure the safety and security of its citizenry. Cities like New York, and now Washington, D.C., and Chicago are failing in their responsibility. We are putting our citizens and law enforcement at risk. It needs to stop. This law should not be allowed to go into effect, and Congress has an obligation to act.
Time's expired.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.